Hey, traders. Happy beginning of the week to you. Wish there was better news. Bitcoin is down $1,000 plus since we last spoke, less than 24 hours ago. And so you knew that was always a possibility with the context of the situation, right? We knew there was maybe a Gartley, right? But again, man, Gartley is, this long extended range. We just keep making lower highs with the same low. Absorption of demand still seems like a possibility, and we are on the verge, hour 53 minutes till this happens, on the verge of the lowest 4-hour candle close since January 27th. I think the daily is the same situation, and just another lower low, right? The low started May 23rd on the 4-hour, then a lower low June 9th, then the lower low June 22nd, and now we got another lower low developing. Even though it's the same low, right? In actuality, because if you just look at the zone of support resistance, it's just, you see the gray area. So you're making the same low, but lower lows locally, kind of. And that partial rise is becoming more and more cemented, where once we hit that 30K mark, it's like the very bottom of the range. Yep, stock market had pretty much its worst day of the entire year of 2021, with earnings season continuing, starting to rev up more. Right, assets, all these index funds hit really pretty critical areas or major fib extensions and have been reversing. So, I'll show you the violated Gartley. 786, like 31.7, 31.8. All the divergence, no bids, divergence violated, right? Where you do nothing instead of rallying and reversing at support. That's not a good sign. And here you are just below that low from May 23rd, the low from June 9th. It's not a thing you want to see ever. Altcoins, for the most part, besides Dash and Hex and YFII, have been pretty much obliterated, down 5 to 8% on average. So another thing, Bitcoin volatility continues to plummet. As you can see, it's down almost 3% today, just running as fast as it can, probably to the bottom of the range, historical range. It's been developing, it's been going on since 2017, beginning 2017. So your volatility is dumping, man, even as the price continues to fall. Bitcoin dominance still stuck in some price contraction, going sideways. Right, sell-offs. You think the Bitcoin dominance would rally, altcoins would lose more value, they would get wrecked harder than Bitcoin itself. Right, where you got Bitcoin down 3%, but then you got Ethereum almost down 4%, Bitcoin Cash down almost 5%, most things down like 5 to 7, 8%, right? So hasn't really moved too much in about a month. So, or really even, up and down, but dang, since late May, 2 months, it's been kind of stuck in this 46% of market cap dominance for Bitcoin. We look at total, below that 1.3 trillion that you want to be above. Right, 1.3 trillion, big deal from February, you're not above it. Negative momentum building on the daily, gross. 36 on the RSI, bearish control zone, very real. Gross, not oversold in the bearish control zone. That's not a good combination. Even if it does reverse here, it's just not a good combo, man. It's just like, that just means the market participants want to, they can push this price all the way down. There's so much fuel in the fire, right, if it wanted to become oversold again. So we look at Ethereum, that was doing very similar stuff. It really is like kind of, right? Is it violating any sort of harmonic? Not quite yet, because this cipher could turn into a bat. But look, you're right there at the 786 of the cipher, right? It's already gone lower than the PCZ, but not really. Barely. And then the 886 is just below you, around 1776. So you still have a valid harmonic there for Ethereum, where Bitcoin's just kind of like, eh. But I anchored differently. It made a lot more sense on Bitcoin where I anchored for the Gartley. So, you know, Bitcoin, like the 886 from its low point from June 22nd, 23rd is down to like 28K, 27K. Alright, I'm talking about this Scamwick low. I'm gonna Scamwick, the really strong reaction low to high. 886 is 29,738. That's what it was. So you're hitting a 78% retrace right now from June 22nd. So whatever. I mean, you know, you can smoke the hopium. It's just lower highs and lower lows going on, even though it's the same low. Gross, man. Alright, let me just look at. I mean, we can look at Dash since it was different, you know. Dash pumped 16%. I don't know, like, what happened. It ran up to 176, a major support resistance that goes back to May of 2019, November 2018, June of 2018, right? It hit that and has pulled out. What a freaking run. What was it up today? It did that. You know, what at one point, Dash was up 56% before the pullback. So, you know, with the candle closes, Dash has not really broken out of anything yet. Very close. Maybe it has. Damn, dude. Maybe I did that on the daily. Yeah, that's what I had done. It's different the wicks, man. So like on the daily, you can clearly see it's a falling wedge, or it looks like kind of a falling wedge, down sloping price contraction. But no breakout. It needs to break above 142. 142 would be a big deal. It's trying to one bottom, two bottoms, right? It's like an anomaly, you know. One second. Yeah, so wild price action on one of the S coins today. The second S coin, Hex, is still holding really strong, up 11.68%. Still below that 18.8 cent exit, but nevertheless, double-digit percentage recovery. Music's super loud. Yeah, imagine like me even knowing anymore. This is why I have to ask every effing stream, because it's like I don't even know. Nothing like Hex in this space right now. No, not really. I mean, for real. So you'd ask the question, you know, like what would happen if Hex exceeded the 3618 fib extension, the target of the trade setup, got hidden bullish divergence developing on the 4 hour somehow? I would say the 4236 fib extension is 20.9 cents. Let's just go for a rounded 21 cent target if somehow this was to continue, right? Because you got to. And after that, I mean, there's 4236, man. Kind of don't really. What we would do is if like this is all we can do. You'd have to do it this way, from that crazy high to the low. We would Fibonacci that way. I didn't want to ever do it like this because I don't know, like that. I mean, that wick was definitely regarded. So high to the low. You're exceeding the 1618, so 25.1 cents is your 2618 from that crazy high up there to the low. So there you have it, man. I guess that would say 21 cents and 25 cents. We're talking about Fibonacci on Hex. What a beast, man. Unstoppable for now. Okay, so here's your crypto fill. YFI. PCZ once, twice, just kidding. Lower highs, below 31,728. Chances are this asset sees $21,000. I mean, like eventually, right? That's a good chance. Like just based on the way Bitcoin looks, the way it's not oversold on the daily, the way the negative momentum is building. I mean, you're just at a level where I'm sure you could. I think 21K kind of is your target on YFI eventually. just like Ethereum. Ethereum targets like 1420-ish. Descending triangle, inverse coupled handle stuff, whatever. Buy wall, distribution, all over this friggin' market. Hey, remember when we looked at Binance Coin yesterday and we said how bad it looked? Remember this? Remember that 1, 2, 3, 3 falling peaks at a major resistance after a run up? TA definitely respected here, right? You couldn't break that 200 moving average. Then we flipped the chart over yesterday and we were like, my God, if this was flipped over, we'd be going long on this, right? Classic accumulation, that inflection point after a little pullback is perfect, right? And it's rallying really well, 6.42% down on the day. Eventual target 205, 185 down here at the bottom of the range. Well, I mean, everything dumped, nothing to shout about, but it's like some assets show clearer potential outcomes than others. So those are the ones you look for. So like this one was like really clear. You know, Bitcoin was at a PCZ of Garley kind of. This one wasn't at that, but it was showing tremendous amounts of distribution, classic distribution pattern at a resistance. That's the stuff you look for if you're looking for opportunity to short or something. So again, it's just look at your structures, man. Okay, I guess we can shift gears to the S&P 500 that got wrecked today. It gapped down, but no harm, no foul really. Figured eventually a back test of 42.38 would happen. It happened today, right? May 7th high was created. You hit it once and then twice, right? You closed the first 4-hour candle of trading today at it, and then you rallied. But there's a gap fill now at 43.26 that'll eventually fill, you think, in time. There's also a gap down at 41.16, so you got to be mindful of that. 1618 fib extension area, that's the pullback, man. Look at the bounce, right? You got a reaction at a level, an inflection point. Go figure. Negative momentum on the daily at its highest level since May 21st. Right around 44 on the RSI. Y'all hear me? Dow Jones also terrible, worst day of 2021. There you go, right? Did we not talk about to ad nauseum on Friday and yesterday the bearish engulfing candle? And look at the follow-through price action of rejecting an old all-time high at top of a range, rejecting with a bearish engulfing, a bearish reversal candle. Wow, down 2.09%. Looks like a lot more, doesn't it? But what did it do? What did we talk about where it could go? Go to 33.5, 33.7. It hit it and it bounced, not by much. So still a range-bound asset for now, well above its 200-day moving average, unlike Bitcoin. So there you go, man. Kind of sucks, but made sense kind of in the end too. I mean, you can't reject previous highs and then bearishly engulf, and then, I mean, of course you can get invalidated, but it's like that's kind of signaling not very good things. But if you go to the 4-hour, you also had a 4-hour engulfing candle in the first part of the day on Friday, and then you had the follow through of the latter half of the day trading. And it almost looks like a bullish inverted hammer of some sort. No edge at all. You could be like X, A, B, C, then D down here. Soon to be testing the 200. Did it test it? It was very close, but it didn't quite test it. But it's like close enough to saying it's about to back test the 200. It's going to touch the 200-day moving average on the 4 for the first time since November. My God, it's been a long time, chat. So hopefully you can hold above that, hold above the range zone, bottom of the zone, and bounce and then fill a gap eventually at 34,686. pullbacks happen, man. They do. Pullbacks really do happen, and it's part of it. It's not like up every day. God, CNBC fear mongering like insanely, like crazy, dude. And they're like saying it's because COVID variant, or it's just because assets can't break critical resistances from history, and then they bearishly engulf after they get rejected there, and it's probably a lot of it's technical, you know. But of course, the media tries to portray it as something bigger. It's not always like that. Sometimes it is COVID crash, you know, but they're trying to bring up that Delta variant of COVID. You know, it's just, oh man, what happens if it just recovers tomorrow? Market just goes up tomorrow, you know. So this is what happens. Thursdays, Fridays aren't good. Normally, that Monday preceding it will be bad too. That's exactly what happened. How long can the sideways action last? Seems like a month or two we'll see clearer direction. Dude, for 2 months we've seen sideways action, but we've been rectangular, and like you're talking about Bitcoin, and unfortunately a true signal, bearish signal, developed recently that confirmed partial rise, where there's a high probability of downside now, the fact that we confirmed it. Doesn't mean like it has to be like crazy we're going to zero, but it can just mean like, hey, we might go down a few thousand points below the range. But it hasn't broken completely out yet. It hasn't broken down. You got to break 30K for that. And then that's when maybe volatility recovers some and lower prices, come. So So that was S&P, Dow Jones, NASDAQ Composite, also, I think, the worst day of the year. But, what did it do?
Jeffrey Yoon super chatted $50.
What's up, Jeffrey, man?
Mr. Mitch, is it possible to look at some good entry points with Aid and Aave? Perhaps, what do you think would be their equivalent price point at BTC $25,000? I would like to establish a game plan in case of capitulation.
What's up, Jeffrey, dude? Sure, we can look at that, but, if capitulation or that breakdown was to happen, 25K, right? We don't know 25K is the bottom, right? Wouldn't we, that's, people ask, like, what would be the good points for entry? We can do hypotheticals where, like, if at a level it's showing the variables we need to see, what we would preferably see is like 4-hour daily bullish divergence at the same time at those critical levels. But you can't ever be like, oh, this is going to be a great time to enter. One would set up their entry like now, a limit buy at that level, because you have no idea what the oscillators are going to look like by the time the asset gets there, if it ever does, right? What's going on, man? Okay, so we'll look at that, Jeffrey, man. Thank you, dude, for the 50. Really appreciate it. Go figure. Didn't we talk about what would probably be back tested eventually, and it was the freaking old all-time high, 14,176. It just happened to be, boom, Monday, today. So let's see if we can hold. Market participants, will there be enough demand to keep the price propped above 14,176, the old all-time high for February, or will it just dump? Is that also a daily morning star or potential abandoned baby? If we gap up tomorrow, it will be an abandoned baby reversal, but it's too early to tell. Maybe we get a turnaround Tuesday, down 1.06% today, just a gap down, a gap that it's an everyday gap. So that gap's probably going to fill at 14,427 at some point. Could be sooner rather than later. So I don't think there's anything weird or out of the ordinary for an index fund. Rallying to a 1.272 fib extension from its previous major structure that it was confined in for months, dude. High to low, hits it, reverses, back tests an old resistance as support, and then just sits there. So now we're saying, all right, everyone's got our eye on 14,176. It's going to happen, chat. Okay. Russ 2000, obviously not good stuff, man. So what happens when you double top at the top of a range, and the other index funds, the larger ones, sell off too, collectively, you know, and you have like a, remember that, man, how about that, right? How nice was that? You know, on your second high, a perfect shooting star Japanese candlestick reversal, and also a bearish engulfing candle if you didn't believe that. And the fall through price action, this is the daily. So significant time scale with these Japanese candlestick reversals. It's normally where you want to be finding them. I mean, they can work on the 4 hour, but they're far more reliable on the daily. After the engulfing candle, after the shooting star reversal, lots of downside, right? Where you've broken a demand line. You did that on Friday as we discussed, right? Checking up on it, and more fall through price action after breaking a demand line, where you're thinking eventually the Russell 2000 is going to test what we talked about, 2080, which is the 200-day moving average, the bottom of the trading range. The Russell 2000 has not touched the 200-day moving average since September 25th of last year, so looks like it's coming, dude. It always does. It gets retested at some point in the future. What's up, Derek, dude? We doing things. Killing it today? Not so much, man. I mean, Nvidia, single largest holding, but still portfolio in the red. I think mostly everyone else, that's okay. VIX is up 32%, volatility index. So we look at the 4 index funds, let's look at the VIX so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't really get spikes like this. Well, it was up 32% intraday. It pulled back and closed up 21.96%. But man, how do you test those? I mean, there is a support resistance, very, very real, 25 to 26. Throughout history, you ran up, you tested it, and you pulled back. So, you know, everything's good until the asset, until the VIX gets above 40. That's when things get really scary. So we're way off that, right? We got a long way to go if we ever wanted to be scared. Yeah, elevation volatility on a big gap down sell-off day on a Monday, where Thursday and Friday weren't good. So you just got fall through price action. Okay, it's the VIX, man. Fortunately, with the index funds dragging down, you also had some bad effect on the precious metals, where gold, pulled back. But look at this, man. What a recovery. Gold at one time was at $17.95, rallied all the way up to $18.12. Good year. And it's still above the major inflection point. So no harm, no foul on gold yet. Silver got hit a lot harder than gold. All is well for now. All is well. Above 2 major inflection points, the old supply lines, the demand line, and the 2011-2012 support resistance. Good news. So no big deal on golds yet. I mean, in terms of bad or good, it's just kind of like sideways. Here's your problem right here. Silver, yeah, taking a beating, hitting that demand line. The demand line that goes back to September last year. Man, the poor man's gold, I guess. That's, really unfortunate. Rejecting prices above a major inflection point, and that's it. So, you got one high back from September 2013 and May of 2013. That's it. That's it, dude. So you're above that at least. That's 2484. You don't want to be falling below that, man. Then you're breaking like a demand line and a critical support from history. So yeah, gold actually, to me, is performing better than silver right now in the short term. Dang it. Do we have triple daily bullish divergence of Bitcoin? Not yet. It is not confirmed. The negative momentum is at its highest point on the last histogram island. So no, you cannot say with confirmation at all that there's triple MACD daily bullish divergence. Eventually, though, right? Maybe we get a big shakeout. It goes down to 27K. People think it's over, and then we get a massive reversal or something, right? Or that no one had foreseen, right? That can sometimes happen. Just psychotic, crazy, emotional behavior on a chart where, hey, we know everyone knows CME gaps at 24.5. We know there's no real formal support till 20K. So let's just reverse 1,000 points off of either one of those.
It showed me that we are in a wave 4 correction and preparing for a wave 5 blow top off finish. Plus, you always test the 200 megaamperes in these waves. Thanks for the stream.
What's up, Reddit? Thank you for the 3s. Wave 4 correction. Well, wave 5 means 100K plus. If that's true, I'm not an Elliott wave guy, but I do know about wave 4 and 5, and 4 is just a pullback wave, because if wave 1's nuts and we make it to wave 5's the most psychotic, crazy wave there is, where yeah, you go to like that market psychology chart where it's like new paradigm, oh my god. So I hope you're right, man. I'm holding, whether it goes to 24.5, 20, 15, 11, a million, doesn't matter. Screw our system with the Fed that they control it, right? Screw that. So I would participate in the alternative market for now, just because of that, just out of spite. They're thieving, dude. They're stealing your wealth via debasing our currency. So why not participate in another market? Revolutionary market. It never existed before, really. So gold, silver, I'm sure XPT even getting wrecked too. Platinum. Yep, still above the 1,032. That's where you're safe until you break below that on platinum. Just had a bad day with the macro. All right, so hold 1,032, also $1,000 probably. So we can look at a non-depressing asset, an asset extremely in the green, more in the green than anything on the S&P 500 by far, which was Nvidia, that somehow today, if you can even, you won't believe this, okay? You won't believe it. Nvidia has closed and confirmed what? You know what? You tell me, dude. You tell me what happened on Nvidia today, a Japanese candlestick reversal. What was it? Let's see if you remembered anything. So proud I want to cry. Look at that. Look at that, dude. Yes, you're all right. The piercing line, Japanese candlestick reversal, has occurred on Nvidia today. We'll see, right? The thing is, tomorrow we split, right? Is it tomorrow? Oh my, no, 2 days. No, it is tomorrow. 4-1 split on, I thought it was 5-1 split on Nvidia. Wow. So let's see what happens. High volume today too. Oh goodness. Yeah, up 3.41% today, and after hours up 0.48%. So 754.80, marginally higher. It's 4-1. Okay, just making sure. Sorry, got the scammers. They sub to my channel and they look when I'm live, and they know I'm distracted, so they like trying to scam people while I'm live. Trying to nip that in the bud, because if you don't, then they'll post 1 trillion comments, and then it takes me like, you know, an hour or two to get rid of all of them. So okay, so great news on Nvidia. It started out bad like everything else, but what a resounding recovery on high volume, and then painting a beautiful Japanese candlestick
Wave 4
reversal.
also respected the golden retracement level of the Fibonacci. If you draw the swing high to the swing low from 3.2K at 19th of February 2019, where the previous bear market ended. Try it out if you want. Really interesting.
We did that yesterday, so I guess you weren't watching. That's okay. Yeah, we did that yesterday. We've had like a 58% retrace from that low to the high, if I remember correctly. So in the midst of the golden zone, near the bottom of the golden zone actually. So thanks. So that's Nvidia. Amazing, dude. Beautiful. Second top gainer. There were only 13 gainers today. In the end was Abbott Pharmaceutical. Look at that gap fill. I mean, you know, you get it, right? Delta COVID variant. Oh my God, man. You know, so I guess doing well. Moderna did well today. But look, you got a supply line there, right? Supply line that's not been broken yet. So, but what an uptrend. Stupid uptrend for Abbott. For a lot of these pharmaceuticals. Okay. Costco also up, right? Oh my God, Delta variant, olds before the COVID crash. No, this was not the COVID crash. This was what happened on Costco. Oh, earnings killed the idea of the harmonic. But now look at it, right? After crashing and V-shaped. Yeah, that looked like COVID, right? Or the COVID, dude. This was COVID. Okay, Costco didn't actually do too bad during COVID, but I think that was like I don't know. I guess really bad earnings. Yeah, down 12. I mean, it was a minus 31% EPS, and all-time highs today. Literally today, man. What did that turn into? No, it can't be anything. Turned into nothing because of the higher high on C. So, busted harmonics happen, Larry. So Costco, we'll see Fibonacci, where are we at? So I'm just looking around the markets like, what am I supposed to do? No one requests things anymore. So it's like, you know what? I guess I'll do it, dudes. There's no point anymore of not doing it. Just gonna lower the request rate at this point. It's so bad. There you have it. You win. You win. There it is. So Costco, it hasn't even hit the 1272 yet. 416.98 looks like it's in the cards, and yeah, that's where you start seeing maybe a pullback or something. Costco goods. Huh. FedEx also is up today. Wow, whack. Look at that. Look at this is crazy. It like gaps down 286, then rallies, and gaps down again. Same thing. It's like Groundhog Day, the movie, but for FedEx. So is that like Cub with Handleman? Doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's that one high. It's that second high though, right? It's like almost like a bearish dragon, but it's holding up pretty well until it breaks below 274. I think FedEx is good, man. It's good. Yep, scammers everywhere. Oh no, I wouldn't worry about Doge, man. I would worry about Bitcoin right now. But you know, Bitcoin's literally not in trouble until 30K gets broken. It hasn't broken yet, so I mean, like, despite the partial rise and all that, there's still always a chance, man, that 30K holds somehow and it rallies. It's just the context before it is just lower highs, and you just reached your lowest low on the 4 hour. So Habit test kits, that was. Oh yeah, of course that's up today too. You can imagine. Eli Lilly, it's nuts, dude. I mean, it was up marginally, 0.72%, but still, it's like at that major 2618 fib extension. We're talking like from July 2020. I don't still have that up. You know, I could probably. Okay, we get confluence here. A different high, different low. Yeah, you can use all kinds of confluence there. 1414, 2618 fib extension. That's where you're at. So it's pretty wild, man. But this one is beyond crazy. This one reminds me kind of Oracle, just getting there. Just a major rally. Man, look at this weekly divergence kind of. It might not matter if like whatever happened today continues to happen. You know, the thing could just keep going straight up. Can't even believe it. Netflix somehow was in the green today, but tomorrow they close. All right, tomorrow they close, I'm sorry, not close, at close tomorrow, they report earnings. After a nice run up from the bottom of trading range and you're at the top, it's kind of like, ugh, kind of worry there. We can look at Netflix real quick on the weekly, just so you can see a perfect textbook bearish butterfly at the top threshold of the pattern completion zone, just sitting here since June of last year, right? So Scott Carney's 30 bar rule, I'm sure that's way beyond that now. So, and you haven't reversed, you're just hanging out, just stuck in a range. But yeah, after hitting the top of the trading range, somehow, I guess it's just like, hey, it's all these COVID names like FedEx, deliveries and pharmaceuticals and look, stay at home, right? I mean, you had defensive stocks did okay, like Target and Walmart didn't sell off too bad, and then KHC, Kraft Heinz, was in the green today. General Mills, Kellogg did okay. Somehow Tesla was in the green today. Yeah, oh yeah, that's something we didn't talk about. Sorry, I completely forgot about it. I don't know why. Yeah, U.S. oil down like 7% today. Worst drawdown, I think, since September. But look at this interesting demand line, right? The demand line was tested, right? 4-hour lowest RSI, most oversold you've been since September of last year. So there you have it, man. Will this demand line hold? But I just don't know how you could be surprised on U.S. on crude, right? I don't know how you could be surprised. We knew this was like an area after such a stupid run, where an inflection point where reversals happened before in history, upside and downside. You knew that could happen, and it is pulling back. It's making it's hitting other levels of support. Look, one back from April 2019, January 2020. It's above that. It's at it right now, so that can holds the demand line. Hey, could rally again. But yeah, eventually you think this thing will make a higher low than lows down $35, and then eventually, if it tests $75 again, $78, the zone again, it'll probably break out and run to $100. So yeah, straight up to 100 if it breaks 78. I mean, give or take, yeah, kind of, sure. So energy, precious metals, equities. We can look at some commodities, some more commodities. Do you want to be depressed because it's not doing well? My God. All right, lumber futures down 68% in 74 days. At the low point today, it was at its lowest point today. It was down 70, almost 71%, right? Lowest level it's seen since November. What a crash, man. Derivatives market, lumber. Going back to what, test? Getting closer and closer to testing, we got, wow. Oh, the high from 1993, did it test it? I'm pretty sure it got very close to testing it. Like, that's where you thought it would probably head to, right? Dang, man, it's pouring. What's up, Rimlaw, dude? Boobity bobbity, thank you so much for the zoppities. Thanks, dude.
Mitch, can you check out Roku for favorite boppity boop zippity zoop zap bap?
Yeah, we'll look at Roku right after this, for sure, man. Thank you, Rimlog, for the support during these. You understand what kind of times these are. We had the buying climax, and now we're in the correction, and it's like deja vu. We've been here multiple times, haven't we? So, yep. I mean, there's a level where you think eventually it could level out and hold for a while and maybe catch a reactionary bounce off of critical old levels. You get the weekly so you can see it. Maybe the monthly might even be better to get it all fit on the screen. See that where it is? That's the range, man. 1973 goes back. but it starts creating the top of the range in 93 and didn't, it broke out in 2018, but dumped it back into it until you really broke it, in July of last year. And then it back tested in November and went on its huge run, blow up top by climax. And now look at this, the 200-week moving average is being tested for the first time since it broke back through it in June of last year. So very interesting, lumber futures finally at critical levels where you could definitely see some sort of bounce. Okay, I mean, the drawdown's been really severe in a short period of time for derivatives of commodities markets, the futures, man. All right. Wow, is that a piercing line or engulfing candle today? Well, we thought there'd be a little bit more downside on Roku, but Roku is kind of one of those stay-at-home, assets. And this one, we thought it was a bearish sharp pattern that was going to turn into a bullish 5-0. It may never get there, but you figured that's the pattern completion zone of a harmonic, 367.54, Scott Carney's harmonic. Trademarked, dude. Okay. So yeah, a true bullish engulfing candle today. Barely, let's see, even is it? It was. It engulfed. I would say it covered it, but it nearly the 38% retrace. You'd think there'd be more downside, but hey, if it's too strong, too bullish, if the COVID variant narrative is actually real and we catch follow through from what happened today, maybe you don't get down there. But if you're wanting to be completely disciplined to the rules of the harmonics, you wait to 367.41. But nice run today. Right, very, very nice uptrend this asset's been in. Showing a very large complex structure, reversing at PCZ. And you think could go lower, but that's it. Thing Grimlog, man, I wish there was more to talk about. It's already kind of been analyzed. I've already looked at it, right? 407.70. It says after hours, though, the asset's at 0.06%. Let's go, Grimlog. Carrying the stream today. Thank you, dude. Yeah, deja vu's like the seasons. Yes, absolutely.
Deja vu just like the seasons, brother. In time we will see better days, less than 3.
Yeah, man, we're just in the meadow. We're in the valley of the meadow right now. But we can still see the sun, can't we? There's thunder. Oh, it's been rains every day here. It's like literally Seattle. It's crazy, dude. I don't think I've ever seen a July this rainy. Like aerial flood warnings like every day. So yeah, man. It's still a bullish trend, bullish harmonic in the midst of developing, but we're not quite there yet. Gaps fill, Stefan. Thank you. Gaps fill. Yeah, it's like the Seattle and Bama, they inverted each other. Okay, so I guess we'll go back to commodities since, just trying, look, dude, it's been live, not even an hour.
Can you check stand/USDT?
Well, if you want, dude. First person taking advantage of the, whatever, lowered rate, because there's no demand. What I do? We certainly had some sort of bump and run that occurred. Some sort of bump and run. I guess it was more like a channel, like a downsloping channel, on sand. It's like a bag of sand. And it broke out, then back tested the breakout on July 14th. rally. It's been bleeding out. And old support resistance zone. I think on sand, everything's good above 33 to 36 cents, right? That's your like stop out. Like if you say someone owned sand, all right? That's the area where you probably don't want anything to do with the asset if it falls below that. But above it, it's all good, right? Everything could continue. All right, that's a really nice little channel right there, isn't it? All right, perfect. Yeah, I like all the touches. Like 1 and 2 on the top, 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. That's really nice. If it can, and that's exactly what it did now. I'm just looking at this first time, right? So the asset went up to 69 cents. The candle high closed from March 14th and then pulled back. So it's kind of just a range. There is a range between 36 cents and 69 cents. And it's had a nice run. There's no bearish divergence or anything like that, but this is definitely where you could eventually see a back test to 33 or 36 cents. And see any kind of structure right now that looks 1 valley, 2, 3. We got 3 valleys going on maybe. It's not too bad. I mean, it's better than a lot of things in the crypto space right now. It really is. So let's say until the asset falls below 33 cents, you're okay, right? I mean, there really is kind of 1, 2, 3. There's 3 valleys and each one is higher than the other one, right? So you do have like triple hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour implying a continuation soon. So that's sand. And I'm taking it if like it was to actually play out and rally, you might see 69 cents again. That's it, dude. That's sand. Thanks, Dinesh. For 10. Thanks, Philip, man. Man, this market really died, didn't it? All right, let's go. Take a look at, what the heck?
CMC said thank you.
So Daniel, thanks man, sure. So you got sugar, the bearishly engulfed today, right? Commodities not doing too well. We're ascending triangle or trying to be an ascending triangle. Sell wall with maybe accumulation. I mean, bullish convergence right there and go, man, it was good. It's like, it looked fine. It's just nearing the apex and this could break one way or another. Really nice uptrend on sugar. But you know, even if it broke out, it would have to hit major level of resistance back from 2013, 2012, right? So commodities are struggling, dude. Not doing too well. Yeah, Comcast really having trouble. You know, with index funds, it's really tough, man, for a Comcast to break out. It didn't today, but still okay, right? Technically.
AMC back test all-time high with daily hidden bull. Enough for an edge.
Well, look, Jesse, thanks to here it is. Comcast failing to break above very critical areas. It's at all-time highs and stuff, right? I mean, 3 rising valleys eventually played out, even scuffed, right? But could come in back test 55.39. I don't think you want to break that, man. You don't want to, definitely don't want to break that. If you break that, you're probably going to 52.51 to go back test the 200-day moving average for the first time since October of last year. So hold the demand line, and everything will be fine. But if you don't hold the demand line, you're going to lose, you know, a decent amount of value and see 52.51, the old high from November of last year, and the 200-day moving average at the same time. So it could be a range, right? That's what happens. Like if demand lines get broken, it's like not an ascending triangle anymore. It's down just a rectangle, and it's probably going to run to the bottom of that rectangle. So that's it on Comcast. Still fine, nothing to worry about. 455, eventually break out, you see all-time highs, but it's been what a run it's been on, man, non-stop almost. Right, you've had some pullbacks here and there, but what a run it's been on so far. meme stock. It's a meme stock. Back testing all-time highs. Daily hidden bullish divergence, enough for an edge. You're trying. I would say that you are below old all-time highs. Below, not above. Okay, not above. Clearly, you can see it right here. No denying that. Below it, both of them. No Japanese candlestick reversal, really. Yeah, maybe hidden bullish divergence if it continues to reverse, but I don't like, I mean, I like how it filled a gap today. Truly, for the first time it did. Actually, I don't know, it filled the gap on Thursday as well, but below $35, $36, you know, you could go all the way down and see $25.55. So that'd be a substantial loss. I think it's almost like an Adam and Eve double top that's broken, right? Van Action Magnet move, $40, $39.87 has been broken, so you could see more downside on this. I don't know, again, it's AMC. Everyone loves AMC because Wall Street bets, you know. I don't know, an asset I see like that looks like this, why even bother? And again, below the all-time high, not above it. Now you get back above it, let's talk, okay? Talk to me tomorrow if it's above $36. Just not until then, okay? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, my bad. Forgot. Yeah, Aave, or Theta. Yeah, sorry, Jeffrey, man, you're out there still. Hopefully he has not rage quit. It's down 7% today. What a joke, dude. Remember that old failed Gartley? So it's talking about what happens if Bitcoin goes to 25K. Well, then 240 or 158. One of those two. That's probably where it's going. I mean, like, I think it's almost certain Theta's going to 158 to 240 if Bitcoin breaks 30K. That's almost certain. It's like a definite thing. All right. Then below that, oh, look out, dude. Like 33 to 60 cents after that. So those are the areas, right? That's what he asked. Like, is Theta, like, where will we be looking for variables that all line up that is implying a reversal? 240 or 158. The next stops. Okay. That's it. That's Theta. But he also was like, what about this one, man? Oh god, it's real bad, dude. Ooh, holy crap. You know, like Lind or Aave just back tested what was once resistance as resistance again. At the same time, to boot, it went and back tested the 200-day moving average as resistance,
closed the back test HTH from 2016. 4 hours in daily divergence. Gartley PCZ.
What is that, Smith & Wesson? Let's go, dude. All right, we'll look at it after this. Thank you, Lamama, for the 20. So, I mean, like you say, Bitcoin goes to 25K, then Lynn probably goes to like $100, $148. It's either one, right? I mean, probably $95, probably $100. If Bitcoin dumps to 25K. That was what you were asking. Because like right now, I don't know. Could get much worse. At least it's well off its low from June 20th, right? June 24th. Bitcoin is too. You know, so that's it. Whichever, those are your targets for downside. Stronger support would be like $95. Stronger, by the way. Okay, you were saying something about something. Oh yeah, what a run, what a buying climax. Yep, that is Smith & Wesson brands. So close to back testing all-time highs from 2016. There it is. Charted on your screen. Right. Yep. Coming down to test it. It probably will. And there'll be hidden divergence most likely when it does test it, so you could catch a bounce. The bounce, I don't even know why I have 29.45 plotted right there. What the heck? Why's 29.45 plotted? Are we sure? What the heck? Oh man, remember the effing shark? that turned into the bullish 5-0, but it was so strong, Rimlog, because we're, Roku. Look at this one. It was a bullish 3-8-2, not a bullish 5-0. It was too strong. Double bottom, triple bottom, really, right there, the 3-2. Never hit the 50%, and then went to an all-time high of 39.65. Was it the monthly or something? Oh god, the monthly is a certain dark cloud cover reversal. Whoa, you see that? Opened higher than the previous close and has pierced through over 50% of the previous candle's body. Ow. 10 days to go. But yeah, soon approaching old all-time highs. For sure. What's up, Philip Kenyon? So $10 request? Nah, running out of merch to buy. Geez, get some more designs, bro. While you were there, take a look at my ugly girl Casper as she's about to fly or die. Black Swan, something, something. Casper, each my Nest coin. Sure, dude. Thank you for supporting the stream, dude. Yep. Oh, that's a great shirt, though, man. That's like one of my favorite designs on the back. A Link to the Past, that logo, so good.
The president snapped.
So Smith & Wesson, whoa, gnarly candle right there, huh?
Snapped.
That's, oh yeah, right there. So yeah, buying finally just happened, correction. I mean, hopefully you can just make a higher low than $20. Hidden bullish shivers of the 4 hour developing. Yeah, you might catch a reaction there, but I don't know if it's enough for a strong swing trade or anything, right? A dark cloud cover is the inverse of a piercing line, which we looked at earlier. Little mama, thank you. We're talking about Casper Sleep Incorporated on the New York Stock Exchange. We're talking about Casper Labs to Tether. Kenyon, which one, dude? Need some clarification real quick. I'll be waiting for your reply in the chat. Been live 1 hour. If you enjoyed the live stream, like button the bell, so thanks so much. Less than 1 hour till your daily candle close on Bitcoin and crypto. Thanks for the 764 here. Casper Labs. Okay, so it is the S coin.
And you know nothing about the revolution.
My god, it's terrible. It is literally wow.
Don't come here.
I had plotted from the previous low to high, maybe the 1618. Look at it, it's heading towards the 2618 fib extension. 3.48 cents would be the next target. I would never touch this ever. The way it looks right now, this is awful. This is like one of the worst coins I've seen. Looks like a scam, like a real scam money grab. Someone listed it so they could dump on everyone's heads. And that's it, man. Probably see it 3.48 cents, the 2618 fib extension. That's it, dude. Lower highs, lower lows. There's nothing bullish about this chart at all. Who cares if it reverses right here? It'll only be because of a coin flow. Yeah, Casper the ghost coin. You put money in and your money disappears like a ghost. It's magic. What a revolutionary asset created. I'm sure it's helping humanity in many ways. That's it, dude. I wish I had more to say about this trash. First.
It's a revolutionary. And you know nothing about the revolution.
The president snapped. The president snapped.
Well, yeah, Slack was acquired, right? Or work.
Abba thanks.
So Daniel, thanks, man. Apache Energy. Yeah, work looked crazy. It was like a low, a higher low, and now it's like broken that high from December 2nd and has hit an all-time high on this chart today, as of today. Why? Remember, I guess it's that whole COVID variant narrative So making a comeback, dudes. For now,
This is not
we look at 50 extensions, some sort from the previous high to low. Your target on work would be 45.88, 46.58. The golden ratio 1.618 would be 47.58 up there. So nice, very nice day-to-day all-time highs for work.
It's a revolutionary house.
Yep.
And you know nothing about the revolution.
Well, hold on. Yeah, thank God there's not even an APA to USDT yet. Thank God. So I don't even have to guess. That what a major double top. Holy crap, man. This is a really, I don't know, man. It's so bad. Okay, here's APA. It was the worst performing asset of the S&P 500 from 2010 to 2020. It was the worst by far. Nothing performed worse than it, if you could say that. That's so anyway, in a downtrend, supply line clearly established from 2016, 2018, right? You tested it and you failed. You were not able to break the supply line yet. You fill the gap back in February of this year, and something's happened today for the first time. Wow, interesting Japanese candlestick today. Look at this. Possibly an inverted hammer reversal, abandoned baby maybe, but potential. You got to have another candle for those things to happen. We got to get confirmation with the upside. A gap fill, it's $18. That probably will happen at some point, even if it's gonna fill and then roll over again. That 200 moving average really important. I guess you would also say, let's see, candle close here below that. Let's see. Let me go to the weekly real quick. Way more data back here. So what is this? Right at this high back from 1997. Yeah, I don't think it's really that strong support. In a downtrend, double topping, you don't want to, I'll tell you this, 1625 is the neckline of the double top. It's a potential double top. If it breaks 1625, I think you are going to 1213. Right, your neckline, or your confirmation line, you can also call it that, right there. One peak, second peak, you get it. So you don't want to break that, man. So at pretty interesting level. I mean, you're back at a high from August 2020. Doesn't look great, man. Oversold on the daily finally, first time since October last year. We'll see what happens, man. I don't know if I see anything like too bullish on it. So downtrend, dude. Certain downtrend, double topping in a downtrend. Far off from its high, previous discernible swing high from January of pre-COVID levels. Well off. Probably about a 61% retrace from that previous high to low. Golden zone. There you go, Daniel. Oh my God, dude. It's because of my chroma key, so you can see my logo in the background. Something literally nothing changed, except I moved. There it is. Sorry. Yeah, there it is. Sorry, man. Now you can clearly see it. Sorry. Yeah, pre-penthouse trend line. That's what it is. Funhouse gets it. Thanks for saying something, because it's just like sometimes I don't even know. So many charts I've looked at. I think I tried that, deleting that chroma key and re-adding it. It didn't do anything. I don't know. Maybe I'll try that again or something. So we've looked at a decent amount of assets today, despite the only being live for about an hour, 10 minutes. We've made the rounds. We've looked at some cryptos. We've looked at index funds. Looked at equities, individual equities. We've looked at commodities, gold, silver, lumber, sugar. want to see. We can look at more commodities like soybean futures took a nosedive, down 5% roughly today. Yep. And it's probably a lot of downside. It's bounced off the 200-day moving average a couple times, but yeah, you catch reactions, and now you're below that 1453 right there, that high from 2011. Yeah, man, it's not really good. A lot of downside potential if you can see the range. The mega range has been in for years. So partial decline on Netflix. It's really close. Let me. I have something I'm done. Let me do this real quick. I wouldn't say so. I don't think. I mean, like, it's potential. It hasn't even tested the top of the trading range, has it? Right. You got to test that for a confirm, but maybe. I mean, like, maybe it hit the top right here. It's not near as clear. Partial decline stuff you're talking about on Netflix. And let's just see what happens on earnings tomorrow, right? This thing could get nuked back to the bottom of the trading range again. So just we gotta see how that goes. If anything with Netflix, it was like one identified this on the 4 hour. They had their chance around $44 to $500. It ran up, you know, to like a profit taking level, you know, 14-15% in a month, and it's hit a potential reversal area, top of the range, and earnings tomorrow after close. So it's like, you wouldn't want to mess with that 15% appreciation in value. You don't want to. I mean, you can try to double down all you want, man, but it's also one could take the money and run at the same, at the same time. So. It needs to touch the top of the range. Yeah, I wouldn't. You don't call. So remember, down sloping trend lines, depending on how the price action correlates, right? Or right, demand lines, supply lines, right? It's a supply line when the asset is testing it as resistance, resistance, resistance. It's a demand line if it's testing it as support, 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 right? Down sloping. So that's a supply line, demand line, right? So you've got, it would be a supply line here. It would be a demand line here, right? Demand, buy orders are coming in at this level. So anything like a horizontal, horizontal is gonna be like a sell wall, right? Big sell wall set up. Obviously there's supply there, but you're just trying to make like, it's like semantics. Stuff, semantics, because there is a difference. What a day, man. Just another Monday, rainy Monday. Spec Bitcoin. Yeah, it's already confirmed. The lowest 4 hour candle close has already happened since January 27th. That's undeniable. You had a lower candle close than you did June 26th. Gross. Not the best of any days, gravy, lately. Well, for what I do. Yeah, Gartley, there was no reaction. It was violated. I think the pattern was violated. It's not really a good sign. The bullish divergence was violated too, right? Impending price action reversal didn't happen. So that's a violation of the TA. So it's not a good signal. It's not a good sign. Yeah, no bids. No bids right now. So I'll just leave you all that. I wish there was just more to talk about, more to do. We looked all over the place. A lot of assets looked at today. So partial decline, or I'm sorry, partial rise. The inverse of the partial decline is confirmed, I think, still. And probability is still more breakdown than reversal here, but anything's possible, man. I'm not saying it's certain that we're going down. I'm just saying it seems like the probability is higher that a breakdown would occur next. It doesn't have to go to 24.5. It could bamboozle anywhere. But I'm just telling you, there's very little support below this $30,000 range. So, right, say like, hey man, there's a 70% chance of a breakdown. That still means there's 30% chance that it could reverse here. All about probabilities, never about certainties, man. Let's go Rimlog. Continuing to carry this stream. Thank you, dude. Wow. Appreciate it. CrowdStrike.
Bearish butterfly on CRWD daily time frame, or is B too shallow at $227? Cybersecurity stocks connect.
Yeah, dude, FireEye still looks amazing. I still own that. Oh, CrowdStrike. Shark, you said? No, not Shark. Butterfly. Bearish butterfly. Same lows, it doesn't matter where I anchor. Yeah, B is too shallow, so it would have to be a deep grab. I mean, if you're following the literal rules, it's like 8% below the minimum criteria for a butterfly. So, I mean, it's really kind of no man's land, right? Because I think the crab pattern is between the 382 and the 618, unless I'm mistaken. So it's kind of like nothing. Kind of like nothing. It didn't even run to it did not even hit the 1272 before reversing. So interesting. I guess it was closer to the 113%. Right? Really hard to say, right? So I'll see 226, 238. Let's see if this little zone here can hold, you know. It's the zone of support on an informal harmonic, a W-shaped formation. We're reacting around the 113% retrace, and it's outside of the range it was in. So maybe market participants are trying to find out, hey, what was once major resistance, is it now a support? There's no edge really on the 4 hour at all. Oh yeah, I had this old channel and you had a lot of whipsaw in and out of it. Jeez. We could adjust that now. Do touch points, new data. Ooh, okay. Alright, just a mega uptrend, dude, on this asset. Long way to go before the demand line gets tested again, right? That's all the way down at like 223. Maybe eventually it goes sideways long enough, it hits 233, right? So that's probably what you worry about more than anything, just that long-term upsloping support or demand line. And I think anything above 226, 238 is bullish, right? That's the bullish zone. You know, it's interesting, right? You look at this, and it's in a different context for sure, right? Different context for sure. But you go to FireEye, dude, look at this. I mean, it's ridiculous. Wyckoff, accumulation, phase E, intact still, right? The top of the range, truly the beginning of it, March 2016. One bottom, a second bottom, a spring, a back tested spring above the 200-day moving average. Bullish engulfing candle today, off the back test of the spring. Holy crap. It's just hard to not be optimistic on this one. I really like FireEye, up 1.1% today. Whew. Needed that. Back testing the breakout, exactly. Composite Operator doing a wonderful job making people sell FireEye with that, when freaking FireEye sold half their company You just had that huge dump. That was during the Bitcoin conference, I remember. But then an immediate rally after testing that 200-day moving average for the first time since October, and still holding up extraordinarily well. Hopefully it can continue to hold, and then eventually 25.58, and then moon after that 33, 45, 55. Boom. Okay. Thanks again, Rimlog, man. Saved my butt today. It's gonna be a real. Oh man. Off season, right? Just gotta think about it. It's my off season, so things are gonna be terrible during the off season. So thank you, Rimlog, Daniel, Labamba, Jesse, Dinesh, Stefan, Anonymous, Retta, Jeffrey Yoon. Thank y'all for the contributions today. What's up, Sharknado? AI C3, sure, dude. If you want. Oh, what a weird name.
Hey, Mr. Ray, can we take a look at AI stock, please, and thanks. Winking
I was
face.
thinking about
Respect.
Devastated. It looks like an S-coin, right? Well, can't say you're not at, like, maybe finally lower scared. But dude, all it's done is lower highs, lower lows. It's real bad. But I mean, yeah, formal harmonic, you might have a Gartley. It's deeper than a Gartley. That looks like a 618 maybe. It might be a bat pattern. I think it's too deep though. So it's like 70%. Now an 886. I mean, informal harmonic because it's too deep on B for anything. But certainly, from your previous low to high, an 88% retrace. So there might be perceived value down here. It's certainly not high risk. You're talking about like retraces. 4 hour, I mean, oversold for the first time since May when it made all-time lows. Very close to those all-time lows again. Maybe a little bit of bullish divergence going on. No edge on the daily, but definitely an M-shaped formation. Let's see what happens, dude. But again, it's an M-shaped formation that doesn't meet the structural criteria to be formal of any sort. So, and you would only be getting a type 1, the reaction low. It's not even a confirmation low. So maybe here, maybe the 886. This is certainly in the history of all charts that exist. It's certainly been an area where assets can react. Let's see if we catch a reaction on AI when it's near its lowest point in the history of mankind. Dang, dude. Emergency alert. Flash flood warning. Holy crap, I'm glad I did my audio on. It would have been so loud, your ears would have been gone. Thanks, Crypto Sharknado, for the contribution, dude.
1 year ago tomorrow, BTC jumped across the creek.
Oh, man. Drinking stream. You're gonna have more of those lately. My God. He's talking about the creek. It's the creek. Here it is, chat. The anniversary. Most of y'all weren't here for it. Y'all didn't even know I existed back then, but here it is, man. Well, I thought we jumped across the creek technically on the 16th here, right? July 20th. Right? Am I wrong here, Matthew D? Because it like kind of jumped across the creek initially July 8th, but it kind of back tested it, made that higher low on the 16th. What you talking about, Matthew D? The creek. But I guess if you anchored with the new data, it is the 21st. I guess, yeah, 20th, yeah. No, that's like 19th for that. So even if you adjusted there, which I didn't adjust, I know like I'd had it like that. It was like a breakout and it just couldn't do it, but then it was in 3 rising valleys. Just look, oh, the golden candle on the daily. Gotcha. That's the 21st. But I guess in 35 minutes it will be tomorrow, right? 35 minutes universal time. So it's, I get you, dude. Yeah, that was the day, man. That was crazy. That was when it all changed. Then Wyckoff distribution, sell-off, then a backtest old resistance became support.
Looking
It
at
was incredible.
CWCO consolidated water for a potential distribution / accumulation pattern. Would love a second pair of eyes before going full Michael Burry.
What's up, Moonboy, MJ, Waterbury, Connect? Thank you, dude. Thank you. Well, look. All right, so that was the Creek. The Rising Valleys. Bullish Garley on the third valley was insane. It was literally psychotic, crazy. Thanks, man. So it's all good, dude. It's like it makes sense. Whatever you're saying, Matthew D, you're right. Okay. It is anniversary. It's like it's a 3-day celebration because it was so significant, dude. All right. Consolidated water, 100,000 volume. Good. Good. So no liquidity here. Nice high or low. A lot of accumulation going on lately, huh? Dude, this is the weekly. Ugh. So you had an old demand line that broke, you back tested it, failed, you're still below it, right? But there's some horizontal line support there, you know, like 2014 and 15, 17, and now 2020. You're bouncing off of it. You're below the 200 week moving average. You really want to be above that. There was bullish divergence at 1014 for the rally. I mean, it's interesting. It's an interesting chart, that's sure. But again, there's no liquidity on this asset. So if you were gonna look at it like it had a million volume or something, I would say anything above $10.15 is okay. Below that, you're probably going to $7. You're gonna lose 30+% of your value. Right, so I mean, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, so daily, real quick. Daily is almost like one low, a higher low, but still flirting with that 200 moving average. It's been stuck, man, for years, dude. So many years. I mean, imagine trying to make a yield on CWCO. Tough, dude. Because look, like even like it has its rallies and reverses, but dude, it does like nothing. Go $10 to $13, up and down forever. It's really tough to be like, great asset, man. Like the swings there's not enough volatility or liquidity on this one. But hey, whatever. Things change. I'm trying to make a higher low, I guess, locally. I mean, 31 minutes to your close. Bitcoin is not dead yet. Like, it's all about the price action correlated to critical areas. The correlation is testing, and every time you test, you rally, but every rally is weaker than the previous one, and more or less organic anyway, that one from June 15th. I mean, bearish and golden candle technically in 31 minutes on the daily. Negative momentum building. Your RSI, remember that trend line? You failed 4 freaking times, and you're at, unfortunately, 37.7. That's bearish control zone. You're in bearish territory on the daily RSI right now. So you're not dead yet, but dang, you're freaking close, dude. And it will be confirmed today in 30 minutes, the lowest candle close since January 27th. Okay. Dirty Tricks, thanks for the 10, dude. Thank you, man. No, probably no Rocket Stream. Sharknado. No, dude. But Bezos, old news, right? Because we had Branson who already did it, man, like last weekend. Yeah, I got other stuff I gotta work on before I get the green screen going. It's just furnishing, continuing to like furnish my place, and got contractors coming in every other day, you know, scuffing up the ground. It's still got the floor covering everything they put down up here because they're cutting into stuff that was like sealed off for many years, you know, old 1928 buildings. So it's just like, you know, things get dirty. So I'm just trying to be patient while they do all this stuff. Yep, 7 months of gains gone. But if you go back further than 7 months, wow. Wow. Unbelievable. You know, 1 year ago, Bitcoin was at like $9,000, $9,500. Right now it's still 31,000 roughly. So it's all about perception and how far you zoom out.
Stand up or stand down, down,
Let's get to 400 likes. Yeah, we can't even get 400 likes, man. That's bad times. What are we at? 360? Alright, dude. Hope you all, you know, have a great rest of your evening. Thanks again for the contributions. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.
stand up or stand down, down.